The best things in life may be free, but under $1 is pretty close. When you buy Uncle Nick, The Bro Next Door, or Corporate Land on Amazon, you can also get the Kindle version for only 99 cents. So buy one for yourself and shove the other in some asshole's Christmas stocking. A link is in the description.
All right, everybody, Terrence Popp, Darklist.com, and hey, Good Pop showed up today. I'm going to go to the barber shop later on. I'm going to walk in, tell the barber I look like Johnny Cash, and when I walk out, I don't. Sporting a full Johnny Cash is way better than getting a JFK haircut, so I'm counting my blessings. Oh, you don't know what the JFK haircut is? A little off the top. Speaking of being an awful human being, Tessa Newell, this one is for you. Yeah. Miss Newell, you might think you're a strong, independent woman who don't need a man. But guess what? When shit goes bump in the night and there's no one sleeping next to you, that's one hell of a fright. It wouldn't be the holidays without some Dr. Seuss rhyming. Or whatever. Green Eggs and Ham is about a feminist whose shit dried up, and she's done. Those ovaries are turning green. Green eggs and that shit down there turned into ham because it's all salty now. But listen, I'd rather watch The Grinch on repeat than read this goddamn garbage.
The guys I'm seeing often break it off because they find me intimidating. WTF?
I'll take shit that never happened for 400 Alex. I'm going to give you the benefit of the doubt. Let's just say one of those dudes you dated did say that. Maybe it has something to do with you writing an article about you losing your butt virginity before the traditional kind. Who writes that? Who writes that? Holy shit.
This has happened to me more times than I can count. I'll be seeing a fantastic guy, someone I think I'm really vibing with, and then he'll break it off out of absolutely nowhere. When I ask why he decided to end what I thought was a blossoming relationship, I got a variety of responses, all with the same theme. I'm too intimidating for him. What the fuck?
I'm looking down the barrel of fucking 50. I have been all over the world. I've seen it from the top down, the bottom up, and every fucked up layer in between. Hell, I even banged a couple of 10s. And never, not one time in my entire goddamn existence did I look at a woman and go, hey, yeah, you're just too intimidating. Fuck you, it doesn't happen. This is probably some bullshit that you hatched in your sick fucking brain pan so you could write this article.
You two must have met online. Either that or you've got a friend who secretly hates you.
All of these dudes that supposedly found you intimidating, they all have one thing in common. You! So maybe, just maybe, woman, the problem is you. So why don't you just take that and pound it right into your wart-infested snot pocket with the rest of the cock residue. And before I forget, screen 5.
It's often my drive or determination that turns them off.
Oh! You just keep telling yourself that, baby, as you cry yourself to sleep at night. What else starts with D? Dick. And what am I looking for? Oh, that's it. Desperation, baby. Hey, why don't you just get up at night and go downstairs with that baseball bat to investigate that strange noise? Of course, it's a baseball bat. As a feminist, you don't like guns. And you know why that is? Because they kill children. Where? Kind of like abortion. Screen 5.
You can't kill our children. I want to kill my children.
I kill my kids.
Yeah, I still pay to kill babies, though.
Really?
Oh, yeah.
All right. I got spun up and knocked myself out of the circle. Give me a moment to reel it in and go back to Zen.
I'm type A to the max. That means I like my apartment to be clean, I like my day to be planned, and I have 10 years of career goals on a color-coded timeline. Some guys, especially guys who are my complete opposite, find these aspects of my personality overwhelming. Truthfully, I think seeing my drive makes them feel insecure, and so begins the egotistical spiral of, am I good enough? I hope nothing I've ever said made these men feel self-conscious, but I genuinely think it's a narrative they create themselves.
You can't be serious.
Actually, I can.
Wait a minute, I know what's going on. You put on this super organized exterior, and as a dude, I would probably fall for that at first. I walk in there and go, hey, this place is squared away. There's actually food in the fridge, and hey, that's pots and pans she could probably cook. Winning! Then I go to your refrigerator to get a beer, and I see the calendar and how it's broke down by minute every fucking day, and it's color-coded. Holy shit! When I look at that calendar, I got a problem. Let's face it, any dude who shows up for this and is in it to win it, that becomes his future, and that is a hell. Days off? Fuck that, bro. You don't have them anymore. Because, surprise! Your life just became a honey-do list. And go ahead and miss a few things and see what the fuck happens. Being under the gun 24/7, 365 gets fucking old. And that is why these relationships with the type A women turn into a never-ending bitch fest. And I came to that conclusion just reading about your fucking schedule. Sorry, baby. That is nowhere near intimidating. It just kind of basically means you're an idiot.
The other part of that is my competitive nature.
So basically, you're a nagging, fight-picking bitch with a diarrhea mouth, huh? Can't imagine why you're still single. Actually, I'm trying and I need a shot.
Admittedly, I really hate to lose. I once tore up a mini-golf scorecard on a date because I lost by 2 points. I don't blame that guy for piecing out, to be honest.
You know what? Recognizing you have a problem is the first step of recovery.
Part of my drive is a neurosis of being the best, or at least being the best I can be, and that's been referenced as a reason for breaking things off with me more than once.
There is one universal law that you can apply to everyone. No one is always right. You can be the perfect woman. Beautiful skin, great curves, nice ass, perfect tits. There's another universal law here. That pussy always wears out. And when it wears out, all you're left with is nagging. It may be good cardio because you're running with a woman chasing with a baseball bat.
I didn't realize it was possible for a woman to be unusually irritable.
Basically, at the end of the day, no dude worth his salt is going to sign up for that, period. You know what he's going to do? He's going to hit it, quit it, run it through all the gears, neutral, slam it, maybe do some U-turns, burn out the tires, and leave it where he found it, in Section 8 housing, dripping a little fluid. No one in their right mind is going to write a check against that, especially when your needs always get the top billing.
These traits make me a career-driven individual.
All work and no play makes Johnny one hell of a divorced motherfucker.
If you haven't already figured it out, I take my job very seriously.
Oh yeah, she's such a serious journalist.
Oh yeah, writing about how she loses her butt virginity, and now her anus looks like somebody blew up a quarter stick of dynamite inside of a beef and cheddar sandwich.
Oh God!
I love being a writer. It's what I've dreamt of doing since I was 5 years old, and I'm very enthusiastic about developing my career.
5 years old. You're thinking of a career of already bitching about men.
You are a ray of sunshine on a cloudy day.
That being said, I dedicate a lot of my time to it. I work long days, I work weekends, I take my computer with me to most places so I can work on the fly. But I love to do it. However, a lot of guys find this downright unattractive.
A woman who works and loves her job is not unattractive, so find another excuse. But, by all means, keep blaming men for all of your bullshit.
Well, have you thought about, I don't know, not doing that?
You're a feminist. You can marry your job, marry the government, and hell, you can even marry yourself. Newsflash for your woman, all of those things, pathetic.
I seriously try to keep those things in check.
How exactly is that? Oh, that's right. You bitch about it in your articles.
Besides the mini-golf incident, which I swear is the only outburst of its kind,
Liar!
I really try to keep all of my type A quirks under control, especially around a new guy I'm seeing.
We got another D word here to add to dick and desperation. It's called deception.
I try to play the cool girl who coasts through her workday, doesn't care if there are dirty dishes in the sink, and is an all-around good sport.
Bullshit.
Trust me, I don't take men back to my apartment to brag about how I organize my Tupperware or the list of life goals hanging in my home office.
You'll do that after 40, but you'll be explaining it to cats.
Pop, don't let it go. X gon' give it to you. He gon' give it to you. X gon' give it to you.
Need gift ideas for your shitty relatives this year? Get them something worthless. Check out Worthless and other books by Aaron Clary on Amazon.com. A link is in the description.
I got a word for women like this, and you're not gonna like it. And let me put my I care face on for a second. All right, I'm done. I don't care. You're crazy. This is calculated deception, and you know it, and it's wrong. You go into a relationship wearing a mask, sooner or later, it's gonna fall off. Because the mental strength required to keep that mask up will fade, and you'll just get tired of doing it. Another universal law. Pussy wears out, and crazy always comes out. Listen, I'm not a relationship guy, and far be it from me to look at a feminist who is an anal queen with an objective eye. Honey, just be yourself, okay? Just be Be yourself.
You used to call me anal girl.
Now, sooner or later, you might actually find a dude who can cope with this or who might actually like it. And when and if that ever happens, kiss his ass and eat the box it comes in.
Here's the rub. I'm not that girl.
Oh, there's a rub here. I got this itch back here. I'm not married, so get on it. Or you can put that rub on the steak that I'm going to eat while you're blowing me after I put it in your ass. Screen 5, ass to mouth.
Pop, you never go ass to mouth.
Sometimes, in the heat of the moment, things happen.
I knew it!
And listen, if she writes about it, she definitely goes ass to mouth. Just saying.
You never go ass to mouth.
You've never gone ass to mouth.
You never go ass to mouth.
I've never gone ass to mouth.
This is where I call BS on these men who take issue with intimidating women.
And here's what I say is bullshit. No one finds you intimidating, so suck it.
These parts of myself are not my entire personality, but they are pieces of who I am, and I'm proud of them.
So let me get this straight. You're talking about being yourself right after you talk about being deceptive. What the fuck? Make up your mind.
These 25-year-old females are usually completely rational. They're rocks, really.
All right, I'll give you this. These aspects might not be all of who you are, but they still make relationships hell for normal dudes.
I like the fact that I like things organized, or that I push myself to do great work.
Okay, but yet you hide them from dudes when you first meet them. Space Ghost.
And it's maddening that guys can't appreciate them too.
Be yourself in the beginning, and you will find a dude who appreciates that. I guarantee it.
I'm proud of my dominating traits, and I won't try to hide them.
Listen, there are some men who pay good money for that, just saying. Space Ghost.
I think of them more as a screening system to get all the sniveling douchebags who can't handle me out of the way.
Here's the rub, honey, and I'm not talking about a back rub. It's all your fucking fault. You hide who you are in the beginning, which convinces these douchebags that, hey, maybe they could go out with you. And then you reveal who you are, and suddenly they can't handle it? Bullshit. You like dating douchebags, let's just face it. If you didn't, you would just be yourself, and sooner or later, guys would come along who appreciate that. The douchebags who don't like this stuff, which you hid, wouldn't even be in the equation anymore. You want them in that equation because you like the cock carousel.
The truth is, men like this feel inferior to women like me.
Your feminist bedtime story, and I hope it helps you cry yourself to sleep, suffocating in a huge blanket made from living cats.
When a man who isn't super career-driven or doesn't have an organized department sees the way I live and work, he can have two reactions. He can respect those parts of me, or he can assume that I think I'm better than him.
Listen, if they're feeling inferior, it's because of you, your words and actions. If this dude thinks that you're better than him, it's because you're putting out that vibe. All of this points to a core issue, and I call that entitlement. And now we go from the D's to the E's. The tits get bigger, and so do the problems.
That second reaction happens far more than the first, and those type of men can get really defensive when they feel less than, especially when they feel less than a woman in any way.
I don't call that less than. I call that disposable. When a guy thinks he's disposable, he knows he's not in it for the long haul, and that's just the way it is. We just went back to the D's. Did you lose 10 pounds?
It instantly becomes an issue of them comparing themselves to me and putting judgmental words in my mouth. In the end, their fragile egos can't handle that.
Here we go back to the precarious man theory. Oh my God. This theory states when our masculinity feels threatened, we act out. That's a whole lot of bullshit that you picked up at a four-year university, and I bet you're still paying on the student loans. I have a better theory for you, and I really hope you're ready for this one. Feminism caused this whole goddamn problem. Feminism has gone way out of its way to ruin relationships between men and women, and thus the family also. Feminism has convinced you you can have it all. And you can with the help of big government, but here's the catch. You only do it half as well. You focus on the career, you'll have a great career. But you can't really focus on the family then, can you? If you focus on the family, you can't really focus on the career. You can't have it both ways, no matter how many times feminism tells you you can. Oh, wait a minute. You can have the devil's three-way. Instead of seeing that and recognizing it for what it is, you took feminism at its face value and became a bunch of entitled cunts. So now, when people realize that, hey, fuck you, and they don't want to be around your bullshit, all of a sudden, they're intimidated. fuck you. Listen, I get it. It's really important that you believe that. Trust me, I empathize. Oh, wait a minute. That was good Popp talking. I don't. It's bullshit.
You're in denial.
No, I'm not. Oh, you got me.
So go ahead and keep telling yourself this and convincing yourself you're not the shrill harpy bitch that you are.
Ultimately, I don't want to be with a guy who's too intimidated by my success.
But you'll pretend to be somebody else to get him in bed. Screen 5.
At the end of the day, what successful career woman wants to be with a partner who can't support them and be happy for their successes?
Here's another core problem. You really don't want to be with those men, now do ya? And that is why you pretend to be someone else to get the so-called douchebags in the sack, because you actually like the douchebags. Those men who are happy with your successes? You cheat on them with the douchebags. But hey, there is a consolation prize. At least you do anal. Screen 5.
I have enough pressure and doubts from other parts of my life, including from within my own mind. I don't need them from someone who's supposed to celebrate life's victories with me.
And that is Feminist Crazy Talk 101. You claim you don't want to be with the douchebags, but they're the ones you're fucking. You preach about being yourself and accepting these aspects of your personality. And also, in the same breath, you talk about hiding these things to deceive men. But yet, they're the douchebags. Listen, face it. You want to ride the cock carousel, and you want to have the emotions too. It doesn't work. You can ride the cock carousel all day long. I don't care. I don't judge. And neither do your cats. Boom! Listen, just be honest here. Stop writing bullshit like this and then complaining you can't get a good date. Between this bullshit and writing about how you lost your butt virginity, your marketability is in the toilet. And there is no one to blame except yourself. Men are going out with you for one of two reasons. One, they know you take it in the ass. And two, you're probably easy. No dude's gonna write a check against that. I'm sorry. It's not because they're intimidated. It's because you're a whiny, selfish, entitled whore, or slewer in this matter because you take it in the ass. With a whore, you get the standard menu items. With a slewer, you get to flip the menu over, if you know what I mean. You keep talking and acting like this, you're already on the dollar menu. When you hit the wall, you're done. No one's even going to pay any money for this bullshit. You might not know it, or you just might not be accepting it. But I feel it's already over for you, honey. It definitely is over for me. So check out our Patreon and PayPal links and send us a couple bucks because this shit is expensive. And please, hit the subscribe button and the bell. And if you do, I'll bring a Band-Aid to put over that vertical axe wound that you call your butthole. Don't mix hard liquor, drinks and beer. I do it anyway, fuck it. I even take my medicine with beer. It's awesome. You know what else is deception? Sucking 100 dicks and taking 10 in the ass and still saying you're a virgin.
Keep your fucking disgusting Western feminist bullshit out of my video games. Yeah. Stop revising history because you want to be inclusive. It's fucking history, which means that it is the way that it is. Yeah. There weren't black people at Dunkirk. Suck my dick.